Tons of fun out of the Houston sun. Coming up, we're live at Iggy Playground. On June 22nd, right here in the 7800 block of Old Galveston Road, there was a hit-and-run accident that left 4 people injured and 1 dead. And now, police are looking for Martin Ayala Sanchez, who was the owner of the blue Mustang involved in the crash. On a typical Monday afternoon at Discovery Green, not much will be going on. You'll see a few people walking and biking, but today, the park is filled with many people fulfilling their childhood fantasies with the new app, Pokemon Go. Residents in this North Houston neighborhood are frustrated and worried after receiving these notices from CenterPoint Energy, informing them that their power will be off from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. It's Firefighter Appreciation Day here at Dave & Buster's. Free games and a whole lot more. I'll be coming right back at you with a live report. This is an AED, the device that saved Mary's life. All you have to do is press on, and it's ready to save lives. A courageous clerk puts an end to an armed robbery after looking down the barrel of a shotgun. And it was all caught on camera. Philippe Schmidt, a French expatriate and a Houstonian, fears that the events in Nice aren't an isolated event, but the start of a horrific trend. Ajibola Bodunrin, Fox 26. The welfare of Galveston Bay is important to all Texans, but how healthy is this resource? When we think of beautiful Galveston Bay, teeming with wildlife, we don't automatically have concerns about its health. But according to the Galveston Bay Foundation report card, the health of the bay earns a grade of C, with plenty of reason for concern.
So we labeled C adequate for now, but we've even questioned that a little bit since then. My board, Galveston Bay Foundation, they're asking me, what does it take to get to be a straight A bay? You don't want to be satisfied with an average grade.
While not a straight A bay, the overall health has improved. Water quality actually got a rating of A.
You look at Galveston Bay and you compare that to any other large estuary around the country, and we're doing pretty well.
And we've seen improvement over the last 40 years. The bay is healthier today than it was back in 1970.
But other aspects of the bay's health are suffering greatly. Shrinking and damaged habitat received a grade of D. Wildlife depletion, pollution control, coastal change, and toxicity risk to humans all drew a grade of C. That means more must be done.
Another 2 million people who are moving down here, that's going to put increased pressure on water quality for sure. We're going to lose more habitat. So how do we balance that? How do we invest back in the bay and counteract that potential negative opportunity?
Of immediate concern, the San Jacinto waste pits filled with toxic dioxin. According to the Galveston Bay Foundation, if a storm hits, the dispersal of toxic material could quickly change the bay's grade to an F.
If you leave that stuff in place, it's going to be there for 500 years, 800 years, and it's in a very volatile place where it floods, where we get hurricanes. We just think it makes sense to take it out of there, fix the problem for good. It's a more costly alternative, but we think it's a better alternative.
Hopefully, improvements continue to be made to have a straight A bay. Ajibola Bodunrin, Fox 26. Developmentally disabled children can't easily voice their concerns or needs and tend to be the most vulnerable students in the classroom. Well, a new law in Texas is requiring all the schools in the state to place cameras in these kids' classroom as a way to protect them. Families like the Segalas are convinced that these cameras will keep their children safe in the classroom. This is Maria Segala's son, Jr. When he came home from school one day with unexplained cuts and bruises, she knew something needed to be done to assure that her son was being cared for properly at school. And that's what spurred her to join the thousands of other parents who were fighting for cameras in special ed classrooms.
Junior has been abused many, many times when he was younger. He came home hurt and unable to talk, unable to tell me what was going on. So I want to know, if my son comes home hurt, I want to know what happened.
Once the cameras are installed, the school must keep at least 6 months of footage on file open to the parents' review. And for Maria, having these cameras, as well as the footage from the class, would give her a much-needed peace of mind.
When I send my son to school, I always have my heart in my throat. I always have my phone by me because I never know what's going to happen, okay? It will give me a little bit peace of mind that knowing if something does happen, I can review those tapes.
Many fear how the new law will affect cash-strapped ISDs. But to Sagala, the safety of the children is much more important than the discomfort of the school districts. And she believes that these laws should not just stop in Texas.
Our kids fight so hard every day with all their struggles. It's the least that we can do is fight for them. I'm very proud, and it's a step in the right direction. We just got to get the whole U.S. to do it, the whole country to do it.
If you want to make sure that your child is provided this service, call your school district before the start of the year. Ajibola Bodunrin, Fox 26.